There is an urgent need for collective efforts to address rising cases of gender-based violence in Nyeri County, many of which involve young children. Speaking in Nyeri town during a prayer event organized to pray for victims of gender-based violence, Nyeri town Member of Parliament Duncan Madhenge urged families of victims not to accept bribe that may deny survivors the justice. The legislator also called upon religious leaders and other stakeholders to work together in tackling gender-based violence and the growing problem of drug abuse.
The family is in crisis, largely from three components. First one is gender-based violence, especially on children. The cases of rape and murder for young children. The numbers are speaking volumes, and incidentally, not all the cases are being reported, other than those ones that are ending up in murder, because those ones cannot be hidden. There are very many other cases, we believe, that are not being highlighted, because we have some kangaroo courts that are sitting within the communities and trying to cover up because some families feel they are being exposed to ridicule and shame. But that withholding is actually our weakest point, because the perpetrators feel they are invincible, and it is just a question of which child will fall victim next. The other issue is the issue of suicide, especially among men. Once again, and most of these men are actually men with families. The most affected group is the age between 25 and 45, 50. So again, men in the family bracket. And whereas the economic hardship and the situation is not making things better, it is not unique only to Nyeri, and therefore we think there are some other underlying factors. The last one, of course, is the issue of drug abuse, and especially alcohol. And alcohol that is illicit alcohol. Bang in Nyeri is like buying sukuma wiki. And even the hard drugs are solidly available. And there is a breakdown in the enforcement and reporting system. We have decided to escalate the conversations so that even the church, where people gather every Sunday, become a focal point in raising the voices. Also, they become a focal point in encouraging families and men to speak out. We are also encouraging the churches to become centers for counseling. So we are here today just to begin the journey to sensitize our people and of course to call for intervention. You know, when somebody is taking their life, that is also a spiritual matter. And we have decided to come together and just begin this journey. In another 1 week, I think we'll have the first men's conference in Kamakwa location. And I think it is actually a culmination of another meeting that was held sometime last year. We have decided to start having these conversations, encouraging fellow men to realize that there are areas where they can get help. We intend to put together a team of counselors who will freely be available in certain locations, especially around churches where confidentiality can be guaranteed, but also talking to the enforcement and especially the National Government Administration Office, where the new Bakumi must stop the kangaroo courts. The chiefs must encourage and enforce reporting. And of course, the law enforcement, especially our police, and the anti-narcotics unit in the police force to become more proactive in ensuring that we actually clean up our towns.
His call was echoed by Pastor Paul Wanjohi, who noted the cooperation between the church and security agencies, that it will greatly help in addressing the menace of gender-based violence and killings in Nyeri County.
We had mobilized ourselves together with the champions of women and children rights to come and take a spiritual stand against the people who molest our children. The Bible is clear that children are a gift from the Lord. They are also arrows from the hands of a warrior. An arrow cannot release itself. We have a duty as Nyerians to take care of our children, to empower them, to become above around them, in order for them to realize their destiny. The other thing that we were here to do is that we have realized there are some things that don't bow to the grenades and to the bazookas and to all these arsenals that are used, because some of these things are spiritual. And no matter the efforts that our law enforcers may apply, a spiritual intervention will be very key. We came to give them a boost and also to repent where we have been absent, and also to tell God to give Nyeri and Kenya at large a new approach in this matter. We go back to where we used to take a child as a communal property. That is where we were taking our community through prayers.
According to Nyeri Central Deputy County Commissioner Maina Ngunyi, a total of 349 cases of sexual and gender-based violence, including those involving children, have so far been reported in the past 1 year, adding that some instances are still likely going unreported. Child activist Anne Wamboi Gasheke also welcomed the current collaboration among stakeholders, saying it will significantly boost the fight against gender-based violence.
Tuko hapa kwa sababu tumekuja leo kuita all stakeholders including the church leaders ili tuweze kuangalia kwa sababu tumejikuta tuko na mambo mengi sana ambaye yanahusika na mambo ya watoto. Watoto wetu wamekuwa wamedhulumiwa sana tangu mwaka wa 2024 mpaka 2025 December. Tumepata mambo ya watoto, mambo ya GBV, yote yamefika kama 349 cases, the reported cases, na ukiangalia nyingi ni ya watoto na mambo ya domestic conference ambaye conflict ambaye tuko nazo. Nyeri tumekuja kuona ni area ambaye iko na mambo mengi sana, hasa ya watoto kukua defiled, wengine wanachapwa hata wazazi. So tuko hapa ili kuuliza Mungu, kwa sababu sijui ni kama sisi ndio tumekosea, kwa sababu tumekuta cases nyingi sana ambazo zimekuwa reported na zingine ambazo hazijakuwa reported. Kuna zile ni kweli zinakuwa zinamaliziwa kule manyumbani, na hiyo tulisema sisi kama serikali hatutaki kusikia mambo ya kangaroo court ikiwa inafanyika katika sehemu zozote zile within our county. Sisi tunafanya kila juhudi kama serikali kukabiliana na changamoto hili. Tumeita machiefs, tumewaelimisha jinsi ya kuweza kuripoti cases, tumewaelimisha mpaka wananchi ya kwamba ikiwa unaona kesi yako imefika pale kwa wazee wa vijiji na haijakuwa haujasikizwa, tunaambia watu na wananchi wote ya kwamba huu ndio wakati wa kuja kutembea kwa ofisi zetu. Kwa ofisi zetu siku hizi si ule wakati wa kitambo. Unakuta ofisi, unakuta DC, ukitaka kuona DC hakuna appointment ya chief yoyote, hakuna kuuliza nani anakuja kama kuna mtu atakuja kukuuliza. So tunaambia wananchi ni mkuje hapa nyote ili muweze kuripoti kesi zenu, na ikiwa kuna changamoto yoyote pia tunapatiana hata namba zetu za simu. County commissioners, deputy county commissioners, ACCs, even regional commissioners, ili mtu akue free kuripoti cases.
Tumekuja kuambia Mungu ya kwamba watoto wetu ni baraka, sio machozi. Tumeona katika Nyeri County, sisi ndio tumeongoza katika machozi ya kulilia watoto wetu. Wanabakwa, wanauliwa, wanadharauliwa, wengine wako neglected, wengine wanarepiwa na hawasemi. Kuko na uchungu katika mioyo ya watoto wetu. Na unajua Biblia inasema ya kwamba wakati mtoto atalilia Mungu, Mungu atageuza uso wake kwetu kama sisi wazazi. Tumekuja kuambia Mungu atusamehe kwa yote ambayo tumeona, tumekimbilia makazi, tumekimbilia masimu, tumesahau jukumu yetu kama wazazi kuwalea na kuwapenda watoto wetu. Ndio tumaana tuko hapa Nyeri County Whispers Park kuomba na kuambia Mungu asante